Are you looking for travel trailers with twin beds? Well, stick around, folks. We found some great floor plans. You're going to want to check these out. Hey everybody, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to our channel. And if this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVing, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel so that you can see our brand new videos that come out every single Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we also invite you to check out our website at RVBlogger.com, where we literally have hundreds of articles that can also help you out with all your camping questions. So without any further ado, let's get started on our reviews of travel trailers with twin beds. This travel trailer is the Forest River Rockwood Geo Pro G15TB. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 2,667 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,210 pounds, and an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 3,877 pounds. The hitch weight is 357 pounds, and it measures in at just 15 feet 8 inches long, and it can sleep 2 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, you walk right into the kitchen area. The bathroom is also located in the front corner. And then as we wrap on around, we come into the dinette, sleeping, and living area. So when I first walk into this camper, my first impression is that it's a very efficient design, and you get a lot packed into a really small camper. Now, the first thing you'll notice at the very front of this trailer is where the kitchen area is located. Starting from the top, you have a nice open shelf up top with cargo netting to hold things in place. Down below, we have a big 3-burner stove, and then of course a tower of power here, which includes electrical receptacles, a USB and a USB-C port, and then a nice sized square deep sink with a gooseneck faucet overhead. Now, one thing I want to point out on this setup is I'm kind of surprised that they have this big of a stove here, because it just chews up so much of the countertop space. You don't even really have a spot to put a coffee maker. I guess you could close the lid on the stove and create some countertop space that way. But I think this trailer would be better served to have maybe front and back burners and just have 2 burners, and then you'd end up with much more countertop space in between. All that being said, though, you can certainly make this setup work very well. Now, down below, we have a little drawer here for your sponges and things. Then there's some storage underneath the kitchen sink, and you have a little utensil utility tray, and then you've got a drawer down below that as well. And then over here we have a microwave oven and another drawer below that as well. Now, as we wrap on around through here, just past the bathroom is where the refrigerator and freezer are located. And you know, this is a smaller fridge, but it's a smaller size trailer, so you get a decent size freezer and a very good size fridge in here. This is considered a 12-volt refrigerator, so it will run on either shore power or battery power. Now, just below the refrigerator, there are also a couple of drawers for additional storage. Now, one other thing to note, right across from the refrigerator, there is this little countertop area here too. So you do end up with a little bit more countertop space in your kitchen. Of course, you've got your TV mounted right above that. But as we work our way down, we've got some USB ports and receptacles here. So you could put a coffee maker, toaster oven, whatever here, and be able to use all that. And then you've got a couple full extension drawers here for more kitchen storage. Now, here I am in the back of this trailer, and this really serves as a multifunctional area. It certainly serves as your dinette, or it can also be your bed area, and it's also your sofa area where you might relax and watch a little TV on a rainy day. Now, you'll notice up top we have storage cabinets on both sides, and then we've got some open storage in the back with some cargo netting here to hold everything in place. Down below here, this is set up to be a dinette situation, and this is a freestanding table. So, you know, easily 4 people could sit in here and everybody could have a meal at the table. But the table also, since it's freestanding, could be used outside of your camper if you chose to do that. Now, the way this camper is set up for bedding is that it's set up as twin beds in here, and these beds are really a pretty good size. They're pretty wide, which is impressive for a camper this small with no slides. Now, the length on it is about 74 inches, but the width on these is about 30 inches wide. So for those of you folks that like to sleep in a twin bed setup, you can certainly do that. Or the other option is to take the dinette table and drop it down and put it between the two beds and create one big bed back here. And if you did that, it would be 74 inches by, I'm running out of tape measure, about 82 inches wide. So, gosh, that's a lot of space in here. That's kind of approaching, you know, short king bed territory. So plenty of space for all your sleeping. And then finally, this is also your living area, and so you've got two nice big comfy couches. You can swivel the TV around and just relax and enjoy a football game or what have you. I also want to point out that there is storage underneath of this bench. You can access it both from inside the camper, or there's an outside storage door as well. So here I am standing in the bathroom, and this bathroom is known as a wet bathroom. A wet bath in a camper means that both the toilet and the shower are all in one space, and the entire floor in here is the shower base that drains when you take a shower. Now the height room in here, I mean, I'm 5'11" and my head is skimming the ceiling, so if you're taller than 6 feet tall, you're going to be crouched down a bit in here to take a shower, but that's okay. I mean, the main purpose of a wet bath is just to make sure you've got at least the bare essentials covered for your bathroom. Now once you're in here, you can remove the sprayer, you know, move it all around to be comfortable in here. It's really not that bad of a space. I mean, I can move around in here pretty comfortably. There are no soap dishes or shampoo holders, but they do have this mesh bag here, and you can tuck things in here like your shampoo and soap. And then finally, there's a nice big storage compartment in the back of the bathroom. When the door is closed, that would prevent any items in there from getting wet while you're taking a shower. And then finally, when I'm sitting on the commode in here with the door shut, I have no elbow room whatsoever, but there is plenty of room here in front of me. This travel trailer is the Winnebago Micro Mini model number 2108TB. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,040 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,460 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 5,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 435 pounds, the length is just 22 feet 5 inches long, and it can sleep up to 3 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right-hand side is where the bedroom is located. Then we wrap on around into the dinette and kitchen area, and finally behind me here is where the bathroom is located. So when you first walk into this travel trailer, my first impression is that it's really pretty cool. It's very roomy in here for a smaller travel trailer. Part of the reason for that is because the dinette is in a slide out. And so that slides on out of here, creating a lot more floor space in here. Plus, we have twin beds at the front instead of one big single bed. And so it just gives the illusion that it's a much larger area than it actually is. But it does feel really, really good. And there's a ton of storage throughout this camper. So we'll get started and show you all that storage space. Now, the first thing you'll note here is that this travel trailer has twin beds. So for those of you that don't like crashing into each other in the middle of the night, or one person gets up and down out of bed a lot and disturbs the other, this is the perfect setup for you. But you can also convert this into, I guess, a gigantic, almost king-size bed. And the way you do that is, there's a little panel right underneath here, and this just slides right on into place. There you go. You grab these other pillows, put them in place here, and you have a nice big bed. Now, if you leave it as twin size beds, let's see here. They measure in at about 74 inches by about 30, we'll call it 31 inches wide. And if you made the whole thing into one big bed, then it would measure 74 by about 80 inches wide. So pretty good sized bed. This is actually considered a king bed if you slept this way. But either way, you have a couple of options here. You can leave it a twin or make it a big king size bed, a short king for yourself. Now you'll notice over top there is an open shelf with a receptacle and USB ports above. There's also this little reading light here that you can turn on and off right from the bed location. And then you've got this U-shaped bank of storage cabinets all the way around, and that gives you tons and tons of storage for all of your clothes. I also want to point out that there's a window on each side of the bed, so you can open these up, get a nice cross breeze at night, and be very comfortable while you're sleeping. Now, there's even more storage here because there's a door to access under this twin bed and another door right here, so you can get underneath both of the beds. There's a ton of storage there, and all of that storage space is also accessible from outside of the camper through the storage doors located outside. Here we are in the kitchen area, and Susan and I are cracking up right now because we got to babysit our grandson this morning before coming up here to the Maryland RV show, and man, his bottle spilt all over me. The top popped off. I got milk all over me. Luckily, I bring a change of clothes everywhere I go because, hey, that's what happens when you have grandkids. Anyway, the kitchen area here, starting from the top, has this nice big cabinet overhead with plenty of storage. Then they have a convection microwave oven here, which is a fantastic feature. You can microwave or bake things all in one location. You don't need a separate oven for that. Down below, we have this big 3-burner propane stove, and next to that is where your sink is located, and that is a really good size sink for any travel trailer. Now, the sink comes with a really nice gooseneck faucet overhead, and it has a separate sprayer that you can use to wash your dishes. Now, I want to bring up a little bit of a controversial point in this camper, and that is, would you prefer to have this big 3-burner stove, or would you rather just have maybe a 2-burner setup and then more countertop space in the middle? Let us know in the comments down below which way you would rather see it. Not only do we read comments, but a lot of manufacturers go on to our website, onto our YouTube channel, and read through the comments that all of you make. They want to see your ideas. They want to know what you think. So let us know what you think about this. Maybe Winnebago will check it out, and they may redesign the trailer based on what you tell them. So down below your kitchen sink area, you'll notice you've got these full extension drawers for all of your kitchen utensils. The top drawer itself is where you would put like your kitchen sponges and stuff like that. And then next to that, you have even more storage underneath of your kitchen sink. Now, down below your stovetop, you have a very deep drawer for pots and pans. And below that, they have another cabinet style to sort of hide where the fuses are located. Now, just to be fair, if you do need more countertop space, there is a little extended top off to the left-hand side. Now, behind the extended top countertop, there's also a electrical receptacle. So if you wanted to plug in a coffee pot or toaster, you could easily do that. And then up top here, there's a couple of USB outlets. So you can put your phone here by the door, maybe charge it up overnight, whatever you need to do. Now, just past the convection microwave and the stovetop is where the refrigerator is located. Now, this is actually a pretty good size refrigerator, and this type of refrigerator is an absorption style fridge. It runs on either propane or shore power, and we know that because of these silver fins that are inside the refrigerator. Now, we're seeing fewer and fewer of these types of fridges being installed in campers these days. Most of them are opting to go with the newer 12-volt refrigerator, which can run on either a battery or shore power. But the ones that run on propane work just as well. We have one in our Class C. The downside to them is they do take longer to get cold. I know we have to plug ours in like 12 hours ahead of time, so we plug it in the day before if we haven't used the camper in a while. Let it get cold overnight, and then in the morning we can load all our food in here before we take off. The other downside is you might not want to travel with your propane on. You might want to turn that off, and then there's nothing really keeping your fridge cold. So as long as you're not traveling very far, that would work out fine. But I do want to point out that this is the style of fridge that's in this camper. Now, right across from the kitchen area is where the dinette is located, and this is a very comfortable dinette. It's big, it's roomy. You could easily seat 4 people here, and I think everyone would be pretty comfortable. A couple things to note are you've got a nice size window over top, and then there's also storage underneath both of the dinette booths, and it's fully all the way back. So you have a lot of storage. You can also pull up the cushions and lift the plywood up to access the storage from there as well. Another really nice feature with this dinette is that it's a legless dinette. It screws into the wall. There are no poles or anything under here to interfere with your feet. We have this style dinette in our new Class A RV and we absolutely love it. The only thing Susan has to worry about now is me kicking her. But other than that, she's in good shape. Now, this dinette table will drop down and this can become another bed in here. And if you do that, this bed would open up to about almost 70 inches, which is about 5 feet 10. So as you guys know, I'm 5'11". You know, I could make it work, but I'd have to crouch a little bit. And it's about 44 inches wide. So an average size adult, maybe a couple of small kids could sleep here very, very comfortably. Now, one other feature that we look for in a dinette is there a receptacle nearby so that if you're sitting at the kitchen table or dinette table and you want to use your computer or what have you, you can plug it in and all that good stuff. There is a receptacle right around the corner, so you can plug in there and set up your laptop and figure out where you want to explore wherever you're camping. Now, behind the dinette location is where the entertainment area is, and they've got a decent sized TV built in here. You could see this from where you would be laying down at night getting ready for bed, or also from the dinette. Above that, you've got a little bit of storage up top over here. You've got your JBL sound system, and your thermostat is on the side. You've also got a wireless charger port here, and then the end of this is kind of a pantry cabinet. It's very deep, and you can store a lot of stuff in there. So here I am in the bathroom, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually am. And the reason I like to stand in the shower and take a measurement here is because in almost every travel trailer out there, the shower floor is lifted up off of the regular floor. So if you take a look, there's probably at least a 4 or 5 inch difference from the regular floor up to the shower base floor. And so that affects your headroom when you're standing in the shower. And then you'll see the manufacturers install a skylight over the shower. The reason they do that is because of the loss of headroom, because they had to raise the shower base to make the drains work. So if you're standing in this shower and you're in the skylight area, you have 6 feet 4 inches of height. You guys know I'm 5'11", and there's an inch or two over my head in the shower. So I think you could be pretty comfortable in here taking a shower. The regular ceiling height throughout the entire camper measures in at about 6 feet 4 inches as well. So for you taller folks, you might have a little bit of a height challenge in here. But for the most part, it works really, really well. Now in this shower, you've got your shower wand, which is removable. It's a very, very good size shower. And I say that because it's deeper this direction than most showers that we see. In fact, this one, just to give you an idea, measures up to about 28 inches. A lot of showers we see are only 24 inches deep. So you got a few extra inches of space in here. And then behind me over here, you have 3 corner shelves for your shampoo and soap and all that good stuff. And then finally, I love it, they got a retractable shower door instead of a shower curtain. So now Susan's standing in the shower and I'm out here in the rest of the bathroom, and you'll notice that you've got a nice little medicine cabinet up top, a decent size vanity top with sink, and then down below that you've got some storage in there. You do need to be careful that your cabinet door will hit the toilet, but that's not too big of a deal. You'll also notice that your receptacle's down here, so if you have a hair dryer or shaver or whatever, you can plug in very easily. And then in addition to that, we've got a couple of linen closets located in the bathroom here. The one up top has a bar, so it could also be a wardrobe cabinet of some kind. You can hang garments in there, or you can just use them both as linen cabinets. So here I am sitting on the commode, and with the door closed in here, it's a little close, but it's not too bad. The bathroom itself is a pretty good size, so you don't feel too claustrophobic in here. As far as the elbow test goes, I pass on one side, not the other. This travel trailer is the inTech OVR Expedition. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 5,200 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,300 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 7,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 600 pounds. It measures in at 22 feet 4 inches long, and it can sleep up to 5 people. When you walk into this travel trailer, you walk into the rear dinette and living area, which wraps around into your kitchen area. We have a mid-bath here, and then behind me is where your bedroom is located. Our first impression of this camper is just, we are wowed by the floor plan in here. First of all, there are no slide outs on this camper, but it feels really, really big in here. And we really like the modern, sleek design that they've included in here. But starting at the rear entry into this camper, on my left-hand side here is where a large cabinet is located. There's all fixed shelving in here, so I guess it's more of a pantry cabinet than anything. Down below that, you have a couple of open storage cubbies as well. You could even kick your shoes into one of them if you'd like and use it as a shoe storage. Up above here, you have this really big cabinet for additional storage, and then you have this very large window on the very back of this camper. Now this has a large L-shaped dinette set up in here, but this is also your sofa and living area, so you can kick back and relax and also use it as your dinette. Now this dinette table also stows away, so if you don't want to have it here, you can take it out, stow it away, and then maybe just eat outside at your picnic table. But the TV is also located here, so you can chill on the dinette or sofa, watch TV, and relax. There's also a really nice large window on the side of the dinette to let even more air into this camper. Now another really nice feature over top of this dinette area is the pull down bunk. And so you just lower this baby down. I'm really hoping it doesn't hit me in the face when I pull it out. And then this just pulls on down like so. And then you have a bunk bed here over top of your dinette. Very creative design. We haven't really seen this very often. I think the last time I saw a bunk over top of a dinette was actually in a Class A RV, and it's been a number of years ago. But this is a really awesome design if you need a third person to sleep in here, or even a fourth, because I guess someone could sleep on one of the dinette benches down below. Now let's get a measurement of this bed while we're here. See what we got. This thing measures in at about 73 inches, and the width on it is 32 inches, so an average size adult or any kid would be able to sleep up here very, very comfortably. You'll also note with the bunk down, we can get a better view of the radio controls, and there's a little cubby up here for additional storage as well. One last note about the bunk is the capacity on it, which is 175 pounds. So I guess an average size adult that weighs less than that or any kid would be able to sleep up here. So here we are at the kitchen area right across from the dinette, and this is known as an inline kitchen. All that means is that all of your kitchen appliances are in a line, which is a very efficient setup, and it really helps to make this camper look very, very large inside actually. Now up top here we have a couple of nice oversized cabinets for all of your storage needs. Down below that, you've got this oversized window as well that lets in a lot of natural light over top of your cooking area and your kitchen sink. And then, of course, you have a little spot here to hang up some of your kitchen utensils on the wall. Finally, we have our cooktop here, which is a 2-burner propane cooktop. Now, I wish they had used a different cooktop and turned it sideways with a front burner and a back burner, because that would have given you more countertop space in here, and you really do kind of need it. I know a lot of the manufacturers think that this is countertop space when the lid is closed, but if you're cooking something like bacon and eggs and you want to have a coffee pot or a toaster going, like where do you put it all? So anyway, just some food for thought if the manufacturers are watching the video, which they do. Now, this is also a very large single bowl sink in here with a great big gooseneck faucet overhead with a integral sprayer. And then off to the side of this countertop, there is an electrical outlet plus all of your controls. But if you want to plug things in, any kind of kitchen appliances, at least you have an outlet to be able to do that. Now, down below the kitchen sink, we have a very large storage space down there, and then next to that you have your convection microwave oven, and then a couple of drawers down below for all of your kitchen utensils. Now, just past the cooktop and convection microwave oven is where your refrigerator is located, but above the refrigerator you have some open storage here with a little bungee cord to hold things in place for you. The refrigerator itself is a pretty good size fridge. It's a 12-volt fridge that runs on a compressor, so that will run off of the coach battery, and it gives you extra space inside of the refrigerator and the freezer area. Now, before we move back into the bedroom, I want to point something out here. It's kind of unique. I've not seen this in any other trailer ever. The air conditioner is mounted here in the center of the unit, and the way these air conditioners work, you can open these up and the air just dumps right out of the air conditioner, or you can close them, which normally would send the air through ductwork in the ceiling, but there is no ductwork in this ceiling. So they made a little drop down here, and they put a grate on the front and another on the back, so that it just shoots air out into both sides of the camper instead of just having it dump straight down out of the air conditioner. Really great design, very creative. I've never seen this before. So here we are all the way in the front of this travel trailer, which is where your bedroom is located. And it's full of really great features back here. First of all, it's got twin beds. So for those of you that, you know, bump elbows with your partner all night long, or you disturb each other while you're sleeping, you have twin beds up here so you can get a good night's sleep. Now, each of these beds, let's get a measurement on them. Okay, this is about 75 inches. Probably 76 because the actual mattress goes under the headboard a little bit, and then it's 37 inches wide. So an average size adult could sleep in here very, very comfortably. If you're taller, you know, you might have a little bit of a tight squeeze. Now, starting up top here, the first thing you'll notice in here is this very large window. Just floods the entire room with light, makes it nice and bright and open, and that makes it feel bigger in here as well. Also up here on each side of the bedroom, you'll notice that you have an open storage area with these really cool blue lights going on, and then there's a little storage cabinet next to that. One of them is for your fuse boxes, and the other one actually has storage inside of it. Now, you'll also notice behind me that you have a nightstand in between the two twin beds. You've got a door that opens with some storage in there. And then there's a receptacle here with a 12-volt plug on each side. So if you have any electronics that you need to charge, you can easily do that. Then you've got a drawer here and a door down below to stow away even more items. Just a couple final features to point out in this bedroom. There is a nice reading light in each corner, so you can have some reading light when you're going to sleep at night. And there's a nice big window on each side, and these open up so you can get some cross breeze ventilation through here. Now, here I am inside the bathroom, and this is considered a wet bath, but I think this is the biggest wet bath I've ever been in. It's the biggest one we've ever seen when we've been doing our tours, so we're very, very impressed with it. Now, ceiling height in here is a bit restricted. I mean, the normal ceiling in the shower is just, I don't know, an inch or so over my head. So if you're taller than 6 feet tall, you might have to crouch down a bit, or you have to stand so your head is in this skylight area, but it's kind of small, so you might be like banging your head around in there. So you better be careful. Anyway, up inside the skylight, you have about 6 feet 6 inches of headroom, and in the entire camper, well, there's this drop down area which is 6 feet 7, and then the rest of the ceiling is really tall at 7 feet tall. Now, inside of the wet bath, you've got this nice upgraded shower faucet. This is adjustable. It can slide up and down on the rack, so you can position that however you like. It has a little soap dish here, and then on the opposite wall, they have this little pocket in here so you can put soap and shaving stuff in here as well. Your toilet paper holder is in this bathroom as well, so when you take a shower, they have this covered toilet paper holder so your TP does not get wet. Finally, when you're sitting on the commode, there's just no way I'm going to be able to pass the elbow test in here, but it's such a large wet bath that it does not feel cramped in here at all. Now, here we are outside of this travel trailer, and it has a really nice little outdoor kitchen spot, which includes a little propane grill that you can light up and cook your steaks out here. Then it's got a little spot for your utensils to go in here, and it even has an electric cooler to keep all your cold items nice and chilly. Let us know what you think about these travel trailers with twin beds in the comments down below. Let us know what you liked and what you didn't like, and most importantly, why. We'd love to see all your comments, and remember, the manufacturers comb through our comments as well, and they want to know what you think about their travel trailers too. And if you'd like to see some more travel trailers with twin beds, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.